So, the benefits of this compared to, say, a projector on board, there's no shadow, there's no glare coming at you from the projector, there's no projector bulb, so projector bulb we have to replace every 3,000, 4,000 hours. Life expectancy of the panel is 50,000 hours. It's pretty indestructible. I'm going to hit it now. It's basically got 4mm of toughened glass on the front, which makes it scratch resistant. It's kind of the same polymer that your headlamps are. There are two cameras, infrared camera there and infrared camera there, and they fire a grid across the screen, and wherever you break that grid is where you get the interactivity. These cameras aren't going to move because they're in a nice tight bezel, and basically the calibration is contained inside the cameras. So whatever laptop or desktop you plug into the screen, it gets its calibration, so there's no calibration issues whatsoever. We're doing this many projectors and interactive boards and this many touch screens. It has completely flipped to the other way. One of the deciding factors on that is that the price has come down, so it's almost comparative to a brand new projector and interactive board solution. The benefits of this over, say, a projector on board, obvious ones first: no shadow, so special needs kids and maybe the younger kids as well, not being confused by that. No glare coming back at you from the bulb on the projector. There is no bulb, so you have to replace a bulb every 3,000, 4,000 hours. Life expectancy of the panel is 50,000 hours. Plus, with a projector, that will dull or dim over the life of the bulb there. This will maintain its brightness throughout its life. I'm going to hit it now. It's got 4mm of toughened glass polymer. It's a very similar polymer to like your headlamps, so it's kind of scratch resistant. It will take a cricket ball at 54 miles an hour. I don't know what happens at 55. There are two cameras. There's an infrared camera up here and an infrared camera up here, and it fires a grid across the screen, and wherever you touch that, break that grid, it then sends the signal to the laptop. It connects in exactly the same way, so we've got a VGA cable, which is basically a video cable, so if you connect, but then there's a USB cable for the interactivity. The calibration is contained inside the cameras as well, so whatever laptop you plug, or desktop you plug in, it goes from the screen to the computer, so what it basically means is you don't have to calibrate it. And then from there, obviously looks quite pretty starting off with a video, but it does anything that your computer does. It's plug and play as well, so you just plug it in, you don't have to calibrate it, and that's it. You do get some software with the screen. The first bit of software you get is called Links, and this is basically your interactive whiteboard software. So are you smartboards here, or? Some smartboards, so if you ever use Smart Notebook, the icons at the top will look kind of sort of self-explanatory. You can pick up a pen and you can start writing on there. There's no technology in the pen whatsoever, so you can use a finger. You can even use a paintbrush. Who wants to come up and have a go on the paintbrush?
Go on, Mr. Graham, you're Art.
At once.
Go on, Mr. Graham, you're Artie.
You're Artie. You do DT.
Yeah.
Not very imaginative.
Yes.
It's quite a strange feeling, isn't it? Because you're using a real world life object.
Touch it though.
So yes, just on the surface of the screen. And this is really great for the earlier years. So I mean, another benefit is that because you don't have a projector, you can put the screen at whatever height you want. So for earlier years, you can whack it right down there. You know that they're not going to break it because it's pretty much indestructible, and they can just use a paintbrush and go away. But also for the older years, David Hockney had an exhibition last year where he did a lot of work on his iPad. One of the things he said about that was that the green that he got on the iPad or on the computer, thank you very much, was a lot brighter than he could ever replicate with oils or water. So there's scope for the older years as well. I'll just run through some of the features of the software. To do a right click, you press and hold background paper type. Here you can bring up your lined, your dotted, handwriting, grey in, and press that blue submit button, and it comes up on the screen. So rather than waiting one by one, put your hands up and write all the answers down, you've got 32 handsets or however many in the room. Everybody is having a go at the same time, so it's quite good for creative writing, or name me some famous leaders, and you're bringing up different leaders, and it's quite good. So if you want to have a go at that, then feel free to, and it comes up on little post-it notes. But that could be any question like, what's your favourite food? But you can then take that data and ask other questions using them on the handset. Yeah. I didn't say favourite leader, did I? No.
He's my favourite.
Is your favourite?
Yeah, a few good ideas.
And so yeah, sorry. The quiz also works with the handsets. There is a new one. This is quite funky actually. It turns all the handsets into a buzzer. So it's a quick fire round. So the teacher stands at the front and asks a question. You can press any key. King, well done. What's the answer to the question?
I don't know.
So you just tap the screen, and then it goes again.
That's fun. That's fun, that is.
It's great, yeah. So yeah, that's just a nice quick, and it shows you who does it first, but also if anybody else. And then you just tap these, and you can see who these people are. The final bit of software that you get is called DisplayNote. So that's the Excel spreadsheet results. And this basically allows you to attach your iPad, which is charged up at the back and isn't switched on. So I've created got a network cable here and a wireless access point at the bottom, and I'm running a bit of software on here, and I'm running a app on here. So they're on the same network. Live stream. Open up the app, join a session here. So you get a choice, join as a participant or as a presenter. So the teachers join as a presenter, they control the actual what's happening, but you can allow the students to access if they've got tablets as well. Works on iPads and Androids at the moment. Microsoft One is coming. Join the laptop, and now I have remote access to the screen. So I can now wander around, find a pen, I can annotate on the top here. You can hand that to a student to answer. You can start the video from the back of the room. Some teachers, like to stay close to the screen or whatever the interactive device is and present from there. Some like to just use this, and some old rest of us kind of work with both. So it's giving you the flexibility, the choice to work exactly how you want to. But that's kind of it. You're getting a fantastic piece of hardware, which is an improvement over projectors and boards. No bulb to replace. Very bright HD image, massive touch screen, pretty indestructible. Then you get the Lync software. So if you've been used to interactive whiteboard software, bringing in content, annotating over videos, then you get the fantastic Wordle software, so creating interactive lessons is really easy. And finally, DisplayNote to attach your tablet or to the screen. And as a package, we get kind of really good reactions from teachers and stuff, and it's now a viable choice between projector and a board as that comes up.
Sorry, I wasn't here at the beginning. Is that the only size?
So this is the 60-inch. They've stopped this model, so it's either the 55 or the 65. So 5 inches small. The 65 because it's corner to corner, and the 65 is about the size of the bezel of this bit here. So with the bezel on top of that, and then the 55 is about there.
Could you plug in a visualizer?
Anything your laptop can do, this can do. So I haven't got my visualizer with me, unfortunately, otherwise I'd plug it in. But that means you can bring up your image on your visualizer and annotate over the top of it. And when I was annotating over the video and it kept a digital record, you can that'll once you go through those clicks, that will just happen automatically. So you can annotate over the top of anything in the real world.
Yeah, Abacus. We have a mask called the Abacus, and it's on already.
Right. It's a piece of software, is it? Or
Sorry?
yeah. It is basically, it uses mouse drivers, so everything's a left click, and then a right click is press and hold. So anything your laptop can do, this can do. All the screen is doing is replicating what's on your laptop, but making it interactive.
So anything on the network now would be fine. It would continue to work because it's just the same as plugging into the projector. It would be the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't change anything. It just gives you the interactivity over the front of it, and then the kind of ability to write and annotate.
What does it cost?
I don't know. I'm this techie person, so I'm not the salesy person. But roughly, it's around. Got to be careful with it because I don't want to give you the wrong price. Yeah. But if you imagine what a projector and board is, it's just a little bit more than that. So.
But you get so much more, don't you?
Yeah, you get so much more. There's no bulb to replace, which is a massive thing. There's no dulling or dimming. You don't have to worry about it breaking.
Yeah, well, it would always be plugged into the computers.
We won't hold you to it.
Okay, so roughly, a brand new smartphone projector is about 2.3.
Right.
I think the 55-inch version is about 2.7. And then the 65-inch is about 3 something or 3.5 or something. But that's fully installed. It comes with 3 years support on site. So if there's a problem with the screen, someone comes and either fixes the screen or replaces it. That also includes 1 training session, and we do offer a training package after that. So that's pretty much everything. Everything you've seen, all the software, all the hardware, fully installed. You guys up and running, trained and enthused on how to use the technology.
Right. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Any more questions? No? Anyone want to come and have a go? So that's extra. I do know the price of that. That's 1,800 for 32 handsets. And what schools tend to do is either purchase 1 or 2 packs, and then just move it around, because you can still use everything inside WordWall, but you use it just on the screen. But then when you want to do some testing or some marking, you can just introduce the handsets. Yeah.
And the warranty, does it come with a warranty?
3 years. 3 years on site.
Okay, great.
I really like it, but it's going to come down to the cost of it.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. They've come down dramatically over the last... They were almost doubled for the 65 and sort of 2.7 for the roughly. But then with bulk comes discount and stuff. So, you know, that's yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Cheerio. Thank you. It's
really good, but
yeah. It's. I mean, we do offer leasing as well. So really cheap leasing. It's not actually us that does it, but there are not for you guys, but for other primary schools.
yes.